This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. What does it say about a former president of the United States that has several lawsuits filed against them for violating the Ku Klux Klan Act? There are now multiple lawsuits. One filed by a couple of different congressmen, two filed by two different congressmen, Benny Thompson, Eric Swalwell, and now former retired Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, who was in the tempest of the impeachment scandal the first time around. The first time that Republicans let Donald Trump off the hook for self-dealing and trying to extort a foreign leader and blackmail him or bribe him into committing election interference in order that he be reelected in 2020. I'm going to read a little bit from this Insider article. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman files federal lawsuit accusing Trump and Rudy Giuliani of violating the Ku Klux Klan Act. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman filed a federal lawsuit on Wednesday against former President Donald Trump, ex-President Donald Trump. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani and apparent star of The Masked Singer and Trump aides Dan Scavino and Julia Hahn. The civil suit accuses the defendants of violating the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, which, among other things, prohibits conspiracies to prevent someone from holding or discharging the duties of their office or to retaliate against them for doing so. It also bars conspiracies to stop witnesses from testifying or to retaliate against them for doing so. All of these things were done to Lieutenant Colonel, Purple Heart recipient Alexander Vindman. All of them. There was a concerted effort, a conspiracy, if you will, to silence him, to pressure him to stay silent about what he heard on that call. The call that, if you've paid attention, you've read the transcript, or you heard me read the transcript, where Donald Trump says, yeah, but I need you to do a favor for me. I need you to say Joe Biden's up to something in Ukraine. Creating a lie and conspiracy theory. Vindman worked as a top Ukraine expert on Trump's National Security Council and was among several witnesses who testified to Congress during Trump's first impeachment about the president's efforts to strong-arm the Ukrainian government into launching political investigations against the Bidens ahead of the 2020 election. After it became public knowledge that he was cooperating with Congress's impeachment inquiry, Vindman, whose family fled the former Soviet Union when he was a child and arrived in the U.S. as a refugee, was subject to a slew of anti-Semitic and xenophobic attacks from Trump's allies and the right-wing media, questioning his patriotism, they did, in large measure. Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army dedicated his life to service to America. Wounded in combat. And they questioned his loyalty to the country. In service to a man who dodged the draft 5 times. Not once or twice or 3 times, 5 times. Donald Trump is a physical coward who has the temerity to make judgments about Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. He and his twin brother, who was a lawyer at the National Security Council but did not participate in the impeachment hearings, were also abruptly fired and escorted off White House grounds 2 days after the Senate acquitted Trump of the charges in his first impeachment trial. This could be more accurately stated that after Senate Republicans were responsible for acquitting Trump of the charges. Quote, we can't have a functional government or healthy democracy if witnesses can't testify and if federal officials can't do their jobs without fear of payback, Vindman wrote in a USA Today op-ed announcing the lawsuit on Wednesday. I filed this lawsuit because I believe in the active role all citizens must play in upholding our democracy. I agree. We're all responsible. That is why I advocate activism and organization in this upcoming election, in every election, but more so in this election than any other. He continued later, I hope this lawsuit will shed more light on the abuses that are chipping away at our democracy and eventually bring a measure of justice to those who are responsible. Now, here are some of the items that the suit alleges, that the suit is charging against Donald Trump and his cohort. The suit accuses Trump and the other defendants of trying to intimidate and retaliate against Vindman by holding meetings to coordinate strategy regarding impeachment witnesses, putting out talking points, amplifying false narratives about Vindman's loyalty to the United States, publishing and repeating lies that Vindman was a spy for Ukraine and had disparaged the United States to foreign officials. All of this is just gross, unpatriotic, disgusting behavior in service to a man who was too weak, too cowardly to serve his country. Leaking classified information to further the false disloyalty narrative, falsely claiming that Vindman lied under oath, publicly firing Vindman and his brother, trying to stop Vindman's promotion to full colonel. All of these things. I hope justice is served in this case. Donald Trump cannot be allowed to act with impunity, to flagrantly disregard the laws that we all, you and I, have to abide by. Vindman's complaint also drew a direct line between efforts to stop witnesses from cooperating with Congress's impeachment inquiry and problems that the House Select Committee investigating the Capitol riot is having securing witness testimony. Because it is standard operating procedure for Donald Trump to intimidate witnesses, to suppress testimony, to obstruct justice. And again, where is the Justice Department on the several counts of obstruction of justice that could be charged from the very first, from the Mueller report? Where is Merrick Garland? He's not here. He's in his office, apparently, sitting on his hands because they're cold. Maybe once it warms up, his hands won't need to be sat upon. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thanks for putting up with my frustration. Thanks for being an outlet for me to vent. We have a country to protect. We have a country to save. And I hope you're on board. Anyway, follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. And if, and only if, I bring you some value, please consider supporting what I do here. For as little as $1.99 a month, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below this video, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I'll see you next time. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Be genuine. Take care of one another.